So exciting news, Haloview has sent me this reversing camera. The good thing about this is it's wireless, so I don't have to somehow thread a wire from the back of the Caravan all the way to the front of the car, which I imagine would be quite tricky. By the way, please ignore my fingernails. I've just been changing the oil in my car and there's mess everywhere. Sorry. This is the screen that sits in the car. It's actually quite big. I think this is designed so you can have more than one camera. When I opened the box I was a little intimidated by the number of wires, but it's okay. There's a simple version. This is the most complicated looking wire, and when I saw this I freaked out a little bit, but this is only if you have more than one camera, and I've only got one, so I can ignore that completely. And then there's just two additions for the screen. There's this cable and this cable here, and then I just plug it into the cigarette lighter in the car, and they've got a cool little mounting frame, I think, for it. This is the part that I've been unsure about. So one of my viewers in the area is actually just going to come along. He's also got a lot of tools. So this just plugs into the reversing camera, and I just need to attach this to the power. The easiest option looks like attaching this to the park lights at the back of the Caravan. Then whenever I want to see from the camera, I just turn the park lights on the car and wireless connection should work and everything's fine. Got power everywhere. Looks like you've got a whole lot of antennas so that if the reception isn't great, I can put this on the top of my Caravan and then it should be fine. First off, I just want to check that everything's working before I figure out where I want to put it. I just plug it in the cigarette lighter, turn it on, then I just push this on button. Something's happened. Seems to be like park lines and recording and pairing. I guess I'll have to pair it at some point. So unfortunately there's no park lights at the top of the Caravan, which would have been the ideal place for the reversing camera. So what I want to do is just unscrew this park light, which generally just highlights the number plate, and see what wires are there, and if I mount it here, can I get a wire from inside and connect it to this. Brown and a white. I had assumed there'd be an empty space just above this, but it feels like there's insulation. It's just solid. Yeah. The power cord from the camera is red and black, positive and negative, but for the park lights it's brown and white. So that's the part that I was probably confused about. Don't know this part at all. So we've just checked it out, and for me the white is the negative. The plan is, yeah, we'll connect it, the red with the brown, the black wire with the white, drill a long hole through this foam, and then mount the camera here. That's the plan. So the two parts I was unsure about were the electrical part and then drilling the hole in this part. So Robbie has been kind enough to just oversee this section of it.
Too late now.
Well, That's it, I've got a new hole in my caravan.
Get it up through that hole. So,
we just pull this metal through and then the cord's through. Now, the wire goes through the new hole, through the foam, out at the bottom, and now we're going to wire it to the park light. Wow, so it just unplugs.
yep, so what we've got to do here is cut that one off. That's better.
Robbie made this metal base that we've added to the bottom of the reversing camera frame just so we don't need to add any more holes in the caravan.
It just cleans off with tubes. So you can get a nice clean line.
So we left that overnight to strongly attach before we actually put on the reversing camera. So the first time I turned on the monitor, I needed to pair with the reversing camera, and that just required getting a small piece of metal and poking it into the pairing hole that's at the back of the reversing camera, and then it worked. That's fine. And now, as soon as I just turn it on the monitor, then the reversing camera starts working straight away. So it's pretty easy. So most stuff came in the box, but there were a couple of extra tools we needed, and they were the electrical fixtures for attaching the reversing camera to the power, and a couple of tools to drill holes into my caravan. And I guess I'm curious just to see how different this is now. There's been a few, reversing situations recently where it would have been handy to have. And someone pointed out that I don't really need my side mirror anymore because I'll just be able to use this reversing camera instead to see who's behind me. So that'll be handy. So you can record with this reversing camera. So I'm going to give that a go. I'm not used to the reversing camera. And thank you Alan, Manuel, Pauline, Luther, David, Laurie, William, Bryce Caravans, Kevin, Mike, and all my other patrons. Thank you guys.